Hey everybody, Reverend Hoddle. I'm still here in Panajachel, Guatemala, and still in search of a barber. You can kind of see that's going on too, but that's beside the point. Very, very good timing. Last night was Bitcoin Pizza Day, and we had not only some pizza with some Bitcoiners here in Panajachel, we were also very fortunate to be able to see them spin up the very first BTM. That's an ATM, but it's Bitcoin only, right here in the community. And so why don't we go to the video from last night, and then we'll come back and I'll do a little explanation on that. So here's what took place here, May 22nd, Pizza Day.
Bueno, primero que nada, qué bueno que están por acá, qué bueno que se dejaron venir. Thank you guys for being here. So, hoy es el famoso Pizza Day de Bitcoin, ¿verdad? La historia es de que hace 13 años se hizo la primera transacción con Bitcoin, o sea, alguien con Bitcoin comprando algo que existía, digamos, y lo que fue es que compró 2 pizzas, ¿verdad? Entonces, y esas pizzas costaron 10,000 bitcoins, que ahorita costaría como 300 millones de dólares. O sea, son las pizzas más caras del mundo. Entonces, cada 22 de mayo se celebra el Bitcoin Pizza Day, y entonces la idea es reunirse a la gente y comer pizza, ¿verdad? Otra de las cosas por las cuales decidimos hacer esto hoy es porque estamos estrenando el cajero, ¿verdad? Es el primer cajero de Bitcoin en Pana, ¿verdad? ¿Qué significa eso? ¿Qué es lo que trata de hacer? Con este cajero las personas, tanto los comerciantes que reciben Bitcoin como los Bitcoiners que vienen, pueden comprar y vender Bitcoin. So, every merchant, every Bitcoiner that comes to Bitcoin Lake can use the BTM to sell or buy Bitcoin. No solamente que por temas de tiempo, por temas que están fuera de mis manos, no está funcionando al 100% hoy, ¿verdad? Les voy a dar una demostración para que vean cómo funciona y ya tengan una idea de cómo usarlo cuando lo quieran hacer, pero ya aproximadamente sin dar más percances, pues les digo que el viernes ya estaría 100% funcionando, ¿verdad? Entonces sí, la verdad que estoy feliz porque van a poder comprar. You can buy Bitcoin, you can sell Bitcoin. We have a 2.5% for selling and 4% for buying. 2.5% para vender y tener efectivo y 4% para comprar Bitcoin, ¿verdad? Vamos a integrarle Lightning, ¿verdad? Los que no sepan qué es Lightning es la manera más fácil de hacer pagos con Bitcoin. Entonces ahorita no tiene Lightning porque tienen que pasar ciertos procesos para que pueda ponerse Lightning en el cajero, pero también ya estamos trabajando en eso. Entonces ya desde hoy en adelante van a poder venir y utilizar el cajero, ¿verdad? Hoy todavía con limitaciones, pero ya por lo menos lo pueden trastear si quieren, ¿verdad? Vayan a tocar, miren cómo funciona. Si tienen dudas, igual todos estamos acá. So right now we can't sell, right? Because we're having some problems with a dispenser. It's something that is going to be sold tomorrow morning or Wednesday morning. But right now you can buy Bitcoin, that's for sure. You can buy on-chain Bitcoin, no KYC. So that's a start, like a really good start for this. And I will say that by the end of the week we're going to have available Lightning. Right, so we are going to be able to sell and buy with Lightning. So yeah, muchas gracias. Thank you, everybody. Y feliz Pizza Day. Comamos pizza.
So as you can see, it was a pretty cool night, a little bit noisy, the blender in the background. What can you do about that? But that's live TV, folks. Anyhow, Rudy did a great job explaining. If you speak Spanish, then you know exactly what he was saying, but I think he did a great job with the English in between, and you can tell that it's going to be really important for the Bitcoin community here at Lago Bitcoin. So not only was that a big deal, the first BTM, but I got a chance to meet some of the folks that are behind this initiative at Bitcoin Lake. And I got invited out today, and just again, lucky timing, to see an operation called Kaboom. And Kaboom is a Bitcoin mining operation, and I'm not going to tell you about it right now. I'm just going to show you firsthand what they're doing, because I think this is something that can inspire people all over the world. So let's go take a look and see what happens at Kaboom Mining. Mining operation called Kaboom, and it's kind of out here in industrial world. Just show you here, this is river. Back way behind you, you see the lake, and we're gonna head up this way looking for the mine, Bitcoin mine, I think. I don't know, maybe I gotta go over the bridge.
Yes. It's right here.
Okay.
I'll be back.
We are in a
Hello.
place called Kaboom
Yes, Kaboom.
and Panajachel,
And Panajachel, Lake Bitcoin.
Lago Bitcoin.
Lago Bitcoin.
All right, and as we talked yesterday, we arrived, we went around, we did some Bitcoin purchases. Yesterday was pizza day, and
Yeah.
you were there last
That
night.
was huge, yeah.
Yeah,
Presenting the new ATM
yeah.
to
Which
the
is
community.
very cool.
Yeah.
So it's growing. There are a lot of activity, great group of people last night, and I'm very fortunate to be able to come and see this top secret operation. First of all, let me
Yes,
start.
yeah.
How about you, just for our friends at home, tell me your name, how you got into Bitcoin, that thing.
Yeah, so I'm Eliazar Akihai. I'm from Guatemala, originally, 100% Guatemalan. And how I get into Bitcoin is because Patrick Melder, I met him. Patrick Melder is a Bitcoiner maximalist from United States. And he came down here with the idea to do, with the same idea that El Salvador is doing, El Sonte. So he came down here to Pana because he's been in Panajachel for a long time, since 2012. So he knows very well Panajachel. So he came down here, and by that time I met him, and only because I wore on his T-shirt. Because Bitcoin word, the Bitcoin word. Okay. So on the 2020 one, I was seeing on Facebook about something about Bitcoin happening in El Salvador, but that was a new word for me. I mean, Bitcoin is something new for me. So when I met Patrick and I see on his T-shirt, I'm just asking him what is Bitcoin, and he told me that's digital money. But showing that interest, a couple of months later, he invited me for a meetup. And on that meetup, he was talking about inflation, money. He was talking about how money works, how the banks works, and all that. So I got interested on that, and a couple of weeks later, he came to me and explained me, and that's how he hired me. And he sent me a lot of books to read, podcasts to know more about, to dip my let's say knowledge about in Bitcoin. And then they sent me to El Salvador.
Okay.
Yeah, to El Sonte. So there is a guy from Canada who was partnering with Patrick.
Okay.
His name is Ricky. He's originally from Guatemala. So they migrate to Canada.
I see.
So he's trying to help Guatemalans too.
Right.
So they sent me to El Salvador, and going down there, I see, wow, what Bitcoin is doing there.
Yeah.
And I was like so impressed because everybody were accepting Bitcoins. I mean, payments on Lightning, and wow, ATMs. And I'm asked down there how to the merchants how they see Bitcoin, how they start, and what they think about Bitcoin. From 5 people that I asked, they were like 4 of them were like very good.
Great.
One of them told me, no, I'm not ready yet, but I don't know, maybe in the future. But wow, I understand now why that happens and why people don't want to accept Bitcoins, because we've been doing this for 1 year, so I understood why they think like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my resume, and then we start to working over here and on the lake.
Right.
So coming back from El Salvador, I'm gonna start orange billing everybody one by one, store by store, and the businesses that are start accepting. It is incredible, but in 1 year we had around 80 businesses.
Yeah. Wow.
In Panajachel. So we got the ATM, and I think that when you talk to somebody about Bitcoin, you have to talk at the same time with what's mining and how and what mining is doing
Right.
on the Bitcoin.
Before we get to mining,
Yeah.
just because we saw that last night, that BTM ATM. I like how they're putting Bitcoin terminal in that. And so your understanding now, you've been here as an operation, Lago Bitcoin, for 1 year, and some merchants, maybe they're starting to fall off and not take Bitcoin because they're like, what do I do? It's on my phone. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So now this ATM is there, and they can go to the ATM. They can put their Bitcoin code in, which then takes out cash. Now the circle completes. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I'm agree with that. But the other thing that we did, and when we start, is I was like an ATM walking.
Right.
So people that had the Bitcoins and they don't want it because they want cash, I used to exchange it for them.
All right.
Or change it for them.
Yeah.
Give it in quetzales, and they're giving us the Bitcoin. So I used to be like a ATM walking.
Right.
But now they have like a physically ATM,
Right.
BTM.
Saves steps for you.
Yeah.
And you're busy. You got to run this thing.
Yeah. So we have kind of 3 main goals that are, the first one is working with kids, educate them. We are working with the Centro Educativo Josué. And the second one is to work with the merchants, with businesses, educate them, because we don't have to just orange pill them and then, they don't have to know nothing about Bitcoin. We have to educate them. We have to keep talking to them what's Bitcoin, how Bitcoin works. So, and the other main goals is to do mining.
Yes.
Yep, to do the mining. Our lake is dying. It is sad, but yeah, it is dying because when it rains, all the garbage that are on the street, on the rivers, that goes in deep into the lake.
Yeah.
So our lake is dying little by little. So our goal to the future is to, with the mining, with Bitcoin, we can clean the lake. Remember the plastic, if we can process,
right,
we can create electricity, we can get to electricity, or we can create gasoline.
Right.
So that gasoline we can use to mine Bitcoins. So this is this is like a proof of concept.
Cool.
And now what you're seeing here is using used cooking oil to mine Bitcoins. It's basically from garbage to hashing.
So this machine, there is your
That's the oil.
yeah. And now is this the fuel? or oil.
That's the fuel.
That is the fuel.
Yeah.
And this runs, this is a generator, which is...
A 40, 30 years generator.
and so it outputs your power.
And then we power with the battery to start the engine.
Right.
And then the electricity that creates over here goes straight to the miners.
And keeps these running.
Yeah.
And then...
And then we gotta use internet.
Right.
So we renting this place. We renting this place and we're paying for electricity and internet because nothing else is cheap. So we have to pay for that. But I mean, this is a proof of concept, and if we showing people about this, we can in the future we're gonna make this bigger.
Right.
Yeah. So what we do is basically just clean the oil first, because it is so dirty, got some particles of food.
Right.
And what we do is clean it, heat it up, clean it with with a t-shirt.
Oh wow. Very
Exactly.
manual.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with a strainer, like the t-shirt, it works as a strainer.
Yeah.
So strainer, and then we put on our tank, and then just use as a diesel.
Wow.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, let's do this. So we're going to fire up the generator. We may not turn the miners on, but we've seen miners operating. But the idea is reconstituted, reclaimed energy. Ultimately, we've got an eco thing for the lake. You put that all together based on your explanation. So fire it up and let's see what's happening.
And you're gonna see the miners how they're gonna start.
Well, they are. Well, we're going to see that too. All right.
All right. So now you see the miners.
We're mining Bitcoin.
Mining Bitcoin.
All right.
I mean, so before people used to throw that oil on the rivers, whatever they see, bathroom. So now we're showing to them that with that oil we can like make Bitcoin, print Bitcoin.
It's not waste.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow, great. And what miners have you got running? I see you got an
two.
S9.
This one and this one. S17.
Okay.
Right here. S17.
Yeah. And this is the backup?
Yeah, this is so the electricity that the generator creates is not enough for 3.
Yeah.
So it is enough for 2. So that's why we have only those ones.
Cool, very good.
And this is kaboom!
All right. I don't know if you can even hear us, but thank you. And listen, good luck,
No
not
problem.
only for you, but for Guatemala, for Panajachel, for the world. Thank you for what you're doing. And, let's get this word out to people. You too can mine Bitcoin. If they can do it here in Panajachel, you can do it.
Wherever you're.
Hasta luego. So thanks to the guys at Kaboom, Alisar for being such a great host, Rudy for your thing last night, and everybody else that makes this place, Lago Bitcoin, such a great community. Folks, you got to come out and see it for yourself. That's all I can say. And, this is growing. The thing is growing all over the world. We got to get moving. There's a bus tomorrow on my way for the last part of the pilgrimage here. We started in Costa Rica. We went to Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala, Belize, and now back here into Bitcoin Lago in Guatemala. And tomorrow we're on our way to El Salvador. So we'll report in from there, and we'll get some bug spray and maybe a haircut in the meantime. But thanks for tuning in. If you liked the video, please share it with somebody, subscribe to the channel, and happy trails, and let's change the world with Bitcoin.